muffin eating. And we're live. Hello, hello. I see there's already someone waiting, so hello. Welcome to the stream. I haven't quite finished the muffin. Alright. So, it's been a little while. I skipped last week. I wasn't really feeling it. But we're back this week. And I've been looking up today how to kind of fix my night and day lighting issues. So we're gonna go ahead and attempt to make that work. Fix it up a bit. The main issue is that though we want it in the nighttime to be, you know, very dark, we definitely don't want it to be like blackout dark in the daytime, because there should be like reflections in the world. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, I had changed that last time. Let's go into the different settings and see which one are for lighting. I think I have to go into Windows, rendering lighting. Oh, lighting settings. So I can use some sort of lighting settings. Environment, I'm using this stuff. Okay. Intensity multiplier. So let's put this up to 1. Just bump the intensity multiplier up to 1. Woo! This is for environment lighting. And now we've regained. I'll just get my mountains back. We have regained the kind of anime feeling that we used to have. And this is in the lighting settings, which I've just closed. Like the noob that I am. Here we go. Let's just put this up here so I have access to it when I need it. Right. I'm going to press on play really quickly just to do a quick test to see if the intensity multiplier goes back to 0, because I may have set it up to do that. And then after that, also to wake up the VR headset. And then after that, we're going to take a proper look at stuff. Right, so did it bring it back to 0 as I thought? No, intensity multiplier is staying at 1. Okay. Good. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit thrown off by that, but that's fine, we'll work with it. Okay, let's leave that at 0.25. We don't have to change that. Alright, so we're going to want this to go down to like, maybe not complete 0, but almost 0 in the nighttime, and then back up to 1 during daytime. Alright, let's take a look at the lighting script that we had. This is for what? Inside the house? We're not touching that for now. Time manager, sun and moon color. Okay, we're going to do things a little bit differently. I saw some interesting ideas on how to do things using dot products of the rotation, and I think I'm going to do that. So the idea is, oh, I can't do this in play mode. The idea is that based off the rotation of the sun, we'll be changing the intensity multiplier for the environment. So during the day we'll have this nice effect, and during the night it'll be nice and dark. That's the theory anyway. So let us start by turning this off. Next thing I'm going to want to do is wonder why I can't toggle this off. I must have done something in there. So we have the moon color, we have the sun color, and we have Polyverse Time Manager. So sun, moon, we have sky for the sky, this up here I guess, for the time of day. We have something for fog, and global volume, and yes, fog controller here. We have a thing to control the color of the fog. That's absolutely fine. And then what else do we have? A time multiplier and a daytime. Okay, cool. So let us go into Time Manager and turn everything else off for now. If I have any other tabs open, I want to focus just on that. And I'm thinking of making a scriptable object to control some of the things. So instead of having them on different scripts all over the place, it would be all in the Time Manager. In scene, settings, data. Okay, this is getting the angle initially, getting the color initially. Then we have this big update stuff. And I seem to have turned off intensity because I was doing stuff. Okay. So, sky time of day equals 1. Time of day. Okay. So what I'm going to do instead of this is I'm going to take the dot product of the rotation of the sun. Let me just remember how to do this. So pop myself open the manual on the other side in Unity. And how does this work again? For normalized vectors, dot returns 1 if they are exactly the same direction, -1 if their point is completely opposite. Okay. The dot product is a float value equal to the magnitudes of two vectors multiplied together, and then multiplied by the cosine of the angles between them. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, what I'm thinking of doing is having my time of day, dawn, perfect. Okay. Daytime. Time of day. Target sun angle equals that. Daytime is like out of 24, I suppose. And then daytime, we're putting that into here, and we must do math directly in those. Okay. All right. Cool. So let's just have a value that I can see, such as dot, just for testing purposes for now. And dot is going to, in here, equal the dot product of the rotation of the sun. Let's see, light, sunlight. And we are transform local Euler angles. That is what I actually want. Okay, so vector 3 dot, and then in here I'm going to go ahead and have this vector 3 and then compare it to probably up. So vector 3 dot up, just for now, and we're going to see what kind of dot it returns. Hopefully it has to do with like the rotation of the sun, and it's going to be from like 0 to 1, or at least -1 to 1, but we'll see. So to be able to see that in here, I should be able to just come up to the inspector and click on debug, and then I have access to all these private variables, which is pretty cool. So we are going to just click on play real quick. And come out of game mode, back into scene. Okay, so we have 7 as a dot. Okay. 7 is not what I was expecting as a value. But, oh, it goes up to 180? And then it stops. Look at this. What it's doing. Okay, so maybe I'm doing it in the wrong direction. Okay, so we are definitely not giving it the right values. So let's have this. Can I just do this dot up? No, that doesn't make any sense because I want it to be compared to the world. Okay. And what is the reason for this? Let me just come out of debug for a moment. If I move in this direction, it's the X direction that is changing. Fascinating. Okay. So, oh, hey Ayub, I just saw you. Thanks, I will keep up the good work. I want to base myself off the dot. The thing is, say just put this to 0 for now, right? And we're moving in X. So probably it's basing itself off this, and what I want to do is base itself off this for the rotation. So let's just change this randomly and see what happens. You know, that's definitely the most optimal way of doing this. That's what I think. Can I heart a comment? No, I can't. I cannot. I can, however, literally heart. Let me see. Heart. There we go. Literal heart. Fantastic. All right. So back to this. We're going to try it again with the basing ourselves off the right and see what kind of values it's feeding back to us. Polyverse skies. And we're going to want to see the things, so click on this, debug. Oh, you see 66 now. So let's keep going. It's a lot smoother, but it also doesn't make the most sense. Okay, so that's also not the right rotation. Alright. What about if I use... There must be like a normalized dot product. All right, let's try a few more things. So we've tried up, we've tried right, let's try down. I don't expect much out of this. Just do some trial and error. And then hopefully that'll make sense. That's what I think. I think when in doubt, try random things and hope for the best. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, so dot equals 0 right now, and now dot equals minus 180. That might be because I'm using this wrong. Alright, maybe I'm doing it the stupid way. Let's just find out. Is there one for dot rotation unity? Quaternion dot dot. Yeah, I may be doing it the stupid way. Okay, so instead of vector 3, we're going to use quaternion. And instead of local Euler angles, we'll just use rotation, I believe. And we're going to do quaternion. There's no down. What do we have? We have identity inverse dot angle. Is this what we want? Returns the angle in degrees between two rotations. That's a float now. I guess I could just do identity. Let's just do this and see what happens. See what kind of values we get out of it. How do I... There we go. Okay, so with quaternion, what kind of values do we want? I was only half listening this morning when I was listening to the thing. Okay, so we got 0. It's going into negatives now. And then it instantly flips back up to almost 1. Hello, Ada. Yeah, you're coming to see the camera, eh? Not the camera, the microphone. You're proving to the microphone noises. Yeah. Obligatory cat petting. Ooh. Okay. Now she's licking my hand. Fantastic. I'd like to see the sun. I'd like to see the sun. That didn't make much sense. I'd like to... What am I doing? No, I'm getting distracted by the cat. I'd like to see the rotation angle of this. And then have something to compare it to. So let's just go ahead and... no, don't eat the wrapper of my muffin. Just add in a cylinder. Sure. We're gonna get out of there. What are you doing? The muffin is not for you. Okay, so there's the cylinder, and we're gonna give it a rotation of, let's say, 90, just so that we know which direction it's pointing in. And on one of the tip of the cylinder, actually, let's just make this a little bit smaller. Okay. So x 0.2, y 0.2, nope, 0.2, 1. I want the direction, and we're going to stick just like a sphere. 0.422, just at the very tip, so we know which direction the sun is pointing at any given moment as we're looking at these values down here in the debug mode. Fantastic. So this is giving me 5 right now. At midday, it's giving me like 7. When does it give me almost 1? It gives me almost 1 at this direction there. Okay. So I don't think... Oh, I got rid of my little display thing. Oh well. I don't think that's what we want. So let's go back to Quaternion vector 3. Yeah. And here we go. Really quickly. Vector 3 angle. Oh. Calculates the angle between vectors from and. Okay. Sure. Let's look into that. So angle with a G. Hello, Ganeda. No, you're not getting the wrapper. No, no, no. Between this and the down direction. Good. And let's see what this spits out for now. Maximize. Here we go. So it is giving me 90 right now. And if I continue to rotate it, it gives me really weird, like, results. Okay, let's change down for right. And then it'll be forward back, I suppose. Will be the next check to do. So maybe I'm just using the incorrect directions and that's all it is. And dot actually would have been perfect. Who knows? Okay, so I'm getting nonsensical stuff again. Let's do forward. And just see what it gives me now. Let's go back in. Maximize scene. Okay, so I'm getting 90, and if I scroll, I'm also getting like really weird angles and stuff. Let's go back to dot. Oh, laughing from another room. Let's try this. I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to make it so that it doesn't automatically get maximized right now. Unfocused. Yeah, we're just testing stuff. Okay, so our dot is 0, and if I scroll 180, 0, 180, 0, 180, 0. These are not the numbers I was expecting, and it's throwing me off. Okay, let's bring back our testing tools, but in a more permanent manner then, so that we can actually see like which direction everything is. Local rotation, this will be 90. Sun, this should be forward. Actually, that should be forward. This should be right. Okay. There's alternate ways of checking this. Let's finish one thought and then jump on to the next one. Okay, so first things first, we get our cylinder. We're going to move it a little bit this way, and we're going to make this 0.2, 0.2, so we have a sticky thing. And then we're going to go ahead and get a sphere. This one is going to be 0.4 and then 2, 2, just so that we can see which direction it's pointing at all time. cool. So first things first, we now have a sun which has like some sort of visual to be able to guide us so that we know what kind of results it's coming back from the dot. And I'm fairly certain the results are not correct. So yeah. All right, so when does it change? We are now like essentially noon. Once we hit noon and keep going is when this changes. Then it goes to 0, then it goes to that. Okay. And this was with forward. So let's try right again and see what it gives us. Clickety click. Oh, did my stream just die? No, we're good. We're good. So this is 60. This is going to be 90-ish. Oh, look at this. So it doesn't go to 90. It goes almost 90 and then it comes back on the other side. And then once we get about midway, then it goes to some crazy number. Right? It's like in the 200s. And then it comes back to that. Okay, okay. What about angles? I'm missing something. Okay, let's look into this. So I'm going to use just quickly. I realize this can't be seen on screen right now. I'm just trying to remember how raycast hit normal. Okay, that's not what we want. Hit dot normal. How to find a surface normal on a cuboid. Blah, blah, blah. No, that's not what we want either. I've done this like so many times. And every time I forget. You know what? I've actually done this in the other project I was working on, the side-scrolling one. And I just cannot remember how to do this now. Direction facing. Okay. Target. Vector 3 dot normalized. Okay, so I should be able to do normalized, but I don't think this is exactly what I want. Let's find out. Let's take a little look. Okay, let's see what this gives us now. Hopefully it's a little bit closer to what we want. Something that'll give us like ones and zeros and things in between. So right now we're at 1. 1, 1, 1. And then it instantly jumps to 0 at one point. Okay, this is definitely not what we want. Although, no, this isn't what we want. Okay. Cool. And what did angle give us for right? There we go. What did angle give us for right? I can't even remember now. 0. And then it goes, see, it's all 0 here. and then it all of a sudden jumps to other numbers. Okay. I guess I'm actually gonna have to like think about what I'm doing and not just like add stuff in and hope for the best. So our sun, it has a rotation. It has a rotation right here. And its rotation is in the negatives from here to here. It's always in the negatives. Oh, that's why I was doing dot thingies. Okay. Okay. Sure. I have to give it an actual thought. So, let's pop open Paint. We have our sun. Let's make a line. Why don't I have a line tool? Here we go. We have our sun, right? And it's pointing this way currently. I want to know when it's going to be pointing like here. So what we got to do is compare these two so that we get sure, let's use green so that we get the angle between these two. So we don't actually want this, we want this, the angle. And then convert that to zeros and ones instead of like 360 degrees. So I think angle might actually be what I want instead of dot. Give me the angle. Angle between two vectors. Calculates the sine angle between two vectors. From and to. So we want to, let's create a new thing on the side just so that I can compare, just so that I can like visualize this. And we're going to take this and stick that onto compare. Oh gosh, where is it? Sun, we're going to copy position, compare, paste position, same with okay. So we want to compare this with this, right? Right. This is going to be 0, 0, 0. Let's just move this out here a little bit. And the rotation here, oh, I see. Okay, so let's just copy all and then paste all here. Okay, good. And we want to check if this is forward. This is up. We want to compare it to down. So 90. And we're just going to go ahead and make that like 0.1, 0.1, and then the sphere at the end, 0.2. There we go. So this is the current down position, because up is this way. And we want to compare up, down rather, to whatever the heck sun is currently doing. Like that. Okay, so angle, Euler angles from the sunlight. And we're going to check it to down. And see what kind of angles that poops out. We've done this before, but now we have like visuals to help out. So hopefully that'll give my brain enough wiggle room to actually like make sense of something. All right, so if we go to debug once more and we're looking here, we see that it's giving us the angle of 90 right now. And now it's giving us different angles. And now it's giving us 90. I'm not really here. Too much stuff to do around the house. Keep up the good work, and I needed to tell you you're a nerd. Okay, well, thank you for dropping by. How does that make any sense whatsoever? Okay, let's see. So our sun is this. This is the sun. And we're asking for the sun's transform local Euler angles. Maybe this is the problem. And I want Euler angles instead. Okay, that probably, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. So that may be the issue? Let's find out. Okay. So once again, click on Polyverse Skies. We have 90. We have, no, that's not, it's not giving me what I want it to do. Ah, Euler. Yeah, it's not just Euler though. Have fun with that. Yeah, thank you. It's not giving me the right angles. Vector 3 angle, sunlight transform, Euler angles down. I should. I just broke it again, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, I double clicked. I double clicked. Okay, so debug dot draw line. We're just going to create lines instead of what I was doing, because I'm getting the impression that it's not actually showing me what I want it to. So it's going to start at transform position. And it's going to end, there's other options. End color, end color. Okay. Depth test. You might not put the stuff in order like you want X, Y, Z, but accidentally put in Z, X, Y or something. All right, I'm off. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for dropping by. Hello. Draw ray. I think that's better. So it shouldn't. Direction. That's what I want. Here we go. So it's going to take this as a direction. What does it take in? A vector 3. Perfect. So we have this, and then we're going to take a second one, that position, and then we're going to go vector down as the direction. And can I have a color? Yes, I can. So this one is going to be red. Red. And this one is going to be green. There we go. And now we're actually going to see them in real time, I'm hoping. Let's see what it gives us. Give it a little play and have a look at what it gives us. Oh. Oh. That's that direction? Which one is that? This is red. So this is the direction it's apparently going in. Okay. And where's green? Oh, there it is. There it is. That is in the right direction now. It's there. Okay. So let's kill these two visuals that I created. Monstrosities, really. And I have a feeling we're going to find out quite quickly why the angles are absolutely, insane with whatever math I'm plugging in there. Real quick. Nuprui is right. Yeah. So the down, vector 3 down, is totally true. This isn't true. So let's turn this back off and see if we can get it pointing in the right direction. Local Euler angles, perhaps? Local Euler angles. And we're going to try again and see in what direction it is pointing. It's still pointing in that direction over there. And if I change... I don't need this anymore. That's okay. If I change this... Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's crazy. No wonder I'm getting nonsensical stuff. Alright, let's find out what's happening there. What value am I plugging in here? It's giving me this. Sunlight transform local Euler. Just move this over here for a moment. Select our sun. Let's get out of debug just for now. And we're getting rotation here. Very standard rotation-y stuff. I'm not worried about this. Okay. Local Euler angles. Let's do like forward. Ah, maybe that's my issue. Let's give it a play and see what that gives. Ah, now it's pointing in the right direction. Okay, and if I change the time of day, it's at no point going absolutely crazy. Okay. Good. Now, we want to... I shouldn't have stopped this, but we want to see what kind of information the dot is spitting out now. So, sun and moon, daytime, blah, 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 debug. That's what I was doing. So we got 90. And we're still getting some crazy stuff, but I think that's because we're not using the same thing as here. It looks like that's the case. So we'll take that and we'll put it here and we'll see what that gives us. Hello to everybody who is joining, by the way. Gotta keep on looking at the stream every now and then just to see if there are people jumping on. Okay, so we have the sun and it's currently pointing this way. This is what we're comparing it to. And as I move the time of day, it goes down to 0 at 90 because that's the difference in angles. And then as it goes up to almost 180 and then comes back down. Okay, that makes more sense as information. So now what happens if I put dot? I got stuck with the idea of using dot instead of angle. Thank you, Charles. And I want to know why. Was dot what I wanted? Because that's in the back of my mind. So we have almost a 1. And as we come down, it comes down to 1-ish. And as it goes back up, and it's same on both sides, yeah. And as it goes back up, it goes to 0. And then it goes into the negatives. And then it comes back down. There we go. Okay. Cool. So we now have, with the dot, the ability to have numbers between -1 and 1, depending on which angle the light is currently staring in, if that's a word. I can turn these back off, I guess. I'll just, you know what? I'll do this. Just for now. So we have dot. And instead of using all of this, sky, time of day. What was this for? Polyverse sky. Oh. Okay, polyverse sky. If I go into here, get out of debug, and then I look polyverse sky, time of day. This has to do with the night sky. Okay. So, what we're going to want is it to be at 0 during the day and 1 during the night. And I'm currently wondering why I had the bright idea of doing this in the first place. Why I didn't invert this so that 0 would be in the night and then 1 would be during the day. Sun and moon direction, day, night. Okay, this is how it's set up. This is how it's set up. So it's between, like that. Sure. You know what? Sure. We're going to take this guy, instead of doing this, I'm about to say a lie. I was about to say instead of doing this, we're going to use the dot, but now that we have something that goes from -1 to 1, and then we could have messed around with that, but we don't actually want that because we don't want the sky to change throughout the day. We just want it to, you know, change at the very end. So I think for now we're going to leave this here. What we are going to change though is the lighting color and fog color. Or do we? Just leave that for now. Okay. What I'm going to use this for, going back to attempting to have one thought at a time and failing miserably, is we're going to use the dot for changing environment lighting intensity multiplier. Because during the day, we're going to want it to be all the way up to 1, and during the night, we're going to be, maybe not 0, but we're going to want it to be much lower. And it's going to kind of change throughout the day, or that's the thought at least. Okay, let's try that, and if I don't like the end result, what I'll do is I'll just, you know, come back and change it to using the if-and statements. It gives a little bit more control. There we go. So, there's a way to get environment lighting in Unity. Unity environment lighting multiplier. Yeah, that might be exactly what I want. How to set intensity multiplier versus via code are words that I've attempted to say. I think what you're looking for is ambient intensity. Ambient intensity. Render settings ambient intensity. Cool. So, Sun max intensity, moon max intensity. Let's just ignore this for now. I can't remember what it's for, and worst off, we can come back. So, ambient intensity, max ambient intensity. And we're also going to have one for min. Min. And min we're going to put down to like 0.1 or something. F. There we go. And max ambient intensity, min ambient intensity. What we're going to do is go over to dot, and we're going to have render settings, ambient intensity, and it's going to equal mathf.clamp between 0 and whatever the max is. So max ambient intensity is, and let me see how clamp works again. You have the value, then min and max. Okay, so the value itself is going to be dot, and then we have min and max, and that. You know what? Let's put min here. Min ambient intensity, max ambient intensity. So we have dot, and maybe have it like times max ambient intensity, something like that. Just have it a little test for now, see what it gives us, and then we'll come back and clean stuff as we go. Here we go. Cool. So I guess we leave this here for now. I may have to like pop in a second window just so I can see both at the same time. It is currently at like 9-ish, which is pretty high. And we're going to, you know what? I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Just pop this out, put this here so that we can continue to see it right here. Here we go. And as we change the time of day, it should change with it. So it goes up to almost 1. And it, ew, okay. It's a bit slow. Maybe the update here is slow because it looks like it's going pretty good, right? It goes down to 0.1, which is kind of what we wanted. Or at least what we said we wanted. Maybe it's not what we want, but you know, whatever. And I'm going to increase the speed at which time flows to be 0.1 so that we can see it in a little bit more glory. So right now, this should be capped at the lowest setting. That's absolutely fine. It might not be going fast enough. Let's bring this up to like 3. Maybe 5. There we go. And see what kind of effect it has on our scene. Here we go. Oh, I kind of like this. The shadows are a lot better like this. Let's see what it happens as nighttime starts to come. You see the, oh yes. And then it's almost like, oh, nighttime is really brutal. Nighttime is really brutal, but that's fine. So intensity, this doesn't change. It's really just the sun kind of reacting to stuff. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm really liking this a lot better. It's a little bit brutal at the end. It's like thump. but that's just the, you know, the nature of it hiding behind the mountains there. Very cool. And we should be able to actually increase this. Let's put it up to 3. Like that, we can see a little bit during the evening. It's not completely black, but it's better, I guess. Yeah, look at this. The sun rises. Oh, that's much better. I like this a lot more. Mostly in the middle of the day, we have our nice effects, and then as the sun starts to go back down, we start to have like, see the shadows even more, and then at the end, thump. There we go. Cool. That was a lot more successful than I expected. If that makes any sense. I'm going to leave these 2 things on, just because it gives me something to see. I shouldn't see it in game mode. I should only see it in scene mode, so it should be fine. The time of day, this I may be leaving as is. I'm tempted to try to use the sun and moon intensity in the same way. I don't think it makes that much sense. Let's try it. Let's see what happens if I use sun intensity in the same manner as I'm currently doing the ambient stuff. So sun intensity equals, and we're going to have dot equals all of this, and then we're going to have, let's give it a name. Sure, float intense. So, yeah, let's just leave it intense. Equals, and then we're going to take this. I like the PNG tuber. Thank you. It is the default PNG tuber that I got with the little software. And every week I say that I'm going to look into like having one that's customized, and I have ideas, but I just never give myself the time to do it. So right now it's just a deer that's forever screaming as I'm doing stuff, which is great. Which, you know, it's good. I kind of wanted, there's like a slime in the anime, and I started like vaguely creating it in Blender. And I was thinking, you know what? It'd be really cool to have the slime just kind of talking in the corner. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to that. So right now, it's just the little screaming deer. And I think that's great. That's all we need. That's all we need in life. Sunlight intensity equals intense. You know what? Let's just call it day. Daylight? Call it daylight. Yeah, why not, eh? Oh, I think my stream? I think my streams died for a moment. We're back. So I renamed these to daylight. And we're going to test just with the sun intensity to see what kind of effect it gives us. It would be cool to use a slime. I even looked up like tutorials for how to make a slime in Blender and all that. The thing that's slowing me down to do it is like, I will eventually need to relearn how to do rigging and skinning and actually do it in Blender. And a slime should be really simple to do, but at the same time, because I want control over it, like making it jump and stuff and using it in the game at some point might be a pain. I don't know. It's just procrastination mixed in with hesitation. I'm expecting it to be a lot of work, so. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so the sunlight actually dims during the day if I use that variable. it doesn't make the most sense because I think there should be a little bit more light before it goes dark completely. But it's kind of a cool effect. I didn't expect it to be that nice. Let's see what it does full circle. So the sun should be rising soon enough. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Okay, the sun is rising. Oh. Oh, this is actually quite nice. Oh. Guys, I think we got something here. Okay. Cool. So, here's my thought. I have daylight running off of this, right? I'm going to create a new one called nightlight. And I'm going to do essentially the exact same thing, but with, why did I call it d-nightlight? There we go. But with the moonlight. And instead of like dot times max intensity, we're going to do times max intensity divided by 2 or something. Just because I don't want the moon to be as bright as the sun. And same thing over here. It's going to be divided by 2. Divided by 2. And it's probably going to be like overkill, like too bright, but we'll see. Intensity. Let's bring this down here. So intensity equals night light. And yeah, let's just see what that gives us. So the moon is currently set at ridiculously low. So it's actually going to be relatively bright in the evening now, I think. Let's take a look. Once again, I think the time is going way too slow. Yep, so 0.5. And let's see what that gives us. Let's maximize it. Oh, actually, can I maximize screen? I have no idea. Yes, I never tried it. All right, so this is what it's going to be now using the daylight and nightlight feature. And I just realized that's not going to work because it'll be 0 at night. So dot, let's have 1 minus dot to kind of invert it, I hope, and then etc, etc, etc. And we're also going to have it over here so we can see what the heck's happening, because I think I'm doing something, like, I hope it makes sense, but it might not make sense. Polyverse skies, and this is going slowly. This can be 0.5, and we're going to put ourselves into debug mode to see dot. But we won't see nightlight, I just realized, because it's not a global variable. Okay, what I can do then is look at this and look at the intensity. So intensity is 0.5 right now. Let's see if it goes down. It looks pretty static. So I may have screwed up the math. Oh. The lighting's a bit crazy, eh? Interesting. And intensity has gone back to 0-ish. No, 0.05, I see. So it did go down. Now it is going back up. Okay, let's change stuff a little bit. So let's leave dot up here, and we're going to, where did I put it? Here. And I'm going to have nightlight up here too. And just use this so that I can keep an eye on it. Nightlight and nightlight. Because I think I messed up. Maybe I should have day dot and night dot. I have no idea. Let's try that. Okay. Day dot and night dot. And that'll make my math easier for a Tuesday evening. So night dot, and that will have broken stuff down here. So this is day dot, day dot, day dot, and we're also going to, like I'm doubling code, but yeah, night dot, and we're going to use night dot here. And float nightlight is going to be like this, and we're going to use the moon in this case for night dot. So this is moon light here, moonlight transform. Okay, now I'll have access to it in here, and we'll take a look once again. Polyverse skies, normal, and we're gonna just up this for now. We can bring it back after. Give it a little play. Put ourselves into debug mode. Here we go. And now we have night dot and day dot. Okay, let's see. This I don't actually need anymore, I think. I can close that. This I'd like to duplicate that if this is possible. Add tab inspector. Let's put this here. So now we have this here. Let's lock this one so I can click on the moon. Here we go. So we have the intensity. And you see the intensity is going down now to almost 0. And then it goes to the minimum, and it stays at the minimum, and then it goes back up once night will come up. Now there's one thing I've noticed is that this square here, just happening to be under the house, seems to be completely messed up with the lighting in the evening for some reason. Okay, the intensity is going up now for the moon. I'm just gonna pause this and like, can I see something? There are soft shadows. We should be seeing shadows. And I'm not seeing the shadows. But I am seeing the reflection, or the highlight maybe? The highlight on stuff. Okay. Near plane. What's the difference between the day and night, I wonder? I'm not sure. But there's clearly shadows in the day. Okay, let's take a look for, because the math is working, I want to just have it as strong for the moon in the evening. And I think the reason it's struggling a little bit is just the color I put on it. So let's take a look at that. Because the moon should be acting like the sun, in quotation marks, but in the evening, if that makes any sense. I got an error. Okay. Is that just a random error, or is that going to come back every time? is not set to an instance of an object. Uh-oh. What isn't sent to an instance of an object? Draw editors, property editor. Okay, that's a bit strange. All right, so we can see the lighting is happening. It's not, there is no shadow for it. Even if the moon should have shadows, soft shadow, general light, real time. They're pretty much the same. No, that's a bit strange. I'm not sure why the moon isn't casting shadows. Is it this, perhaps? Is it the update lighting that's causing some issues? Let's see. Yeah, there's no shadow in the evening. Here's a question for anybody on stream right now that may or may not know things. Oh gosh, that's messed up. Okay, does moonlight usually cast shadows? I guess so. I don't see why it wouldn't, and my memory tells me that it should from when I'm doing camping and stuff, but like, I'm doubting it now. Self-doubt. Alright. So this actually, the lighting itself in the evening, when the moon comes up, it's actually quite nice. I am liking this. This is too intense. I'll bring it back down to half, but I am liking it. Okay. I'm not sure about the shadows though, that's weird. It does, but softer shadows than the sun. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. And it's not casting any shadows whatsoever. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. Alright, so, yeah, that's what I thought. Now why the heck is my moon not casting any shadows is the new question. Emission color. I'm going to kill these lights inside the house for now. Oh, I thought that's what it was. I thought that's what it was causing this. Because it's like sort of doing the bug it used to do inside. And is it just the house that's reacting this way? Odd. More clouds equals more diffused lights and softer shadows. Alright. Good to know. Point light, turn it off. Is this just a lighting issue? Oh, that is what it is. It doesn't like how many lights are in the scene. Less clouds equals more direct light and less soft shadow. Also darker shadows. Very cool. All right. So that's not something I'll be worrying about here, just because the clouds are always there. They're just in the background, but that is definitely good to know. All right. I have another question for you. Maybe you know about this as an artist. Lighting in Unity. How do you get it so that you can have multiple lights and it's not just like having these weird issues I'm having? Because I realized last time, let me just go to rendering, lighting, that there is a maximum number of lights. Where are they? light probe sampler. No, that's not it. I saw this last time. There's a maximum number of lights that can be like in a single scene at a single time before it just gives me really weird effects. And I can't find it now. Maybe it's in one of the rendering stuff. Do you know how to get like proper lighting inside a building and then not have this weird buggy lights that like turn on and off on certain models outside? Like how'd you deal with a scene that maybe has like 50 candles on an interior without, you know, the mesh going crazy with the lighting? If that question made any sense. I don't have the issue this time around, so maybe it doesn't. Let's just leave it like that for now. Actually, I can make the issue right now. So here we go. I now have like 8 lights on this mesh, and when I come out, you see it doesn't like that. But when I turn this off, it doesn't hit the cap of the amount of lights that a single scene can have, and I don't have this weird disappearing mesh lighting issue. Maybe that helped my explanation, maybe not. Secondly, where the heck did my music go? Here we go. Bring it back. There's the music. Right. I'm a little thrown off. Render. Universal render pipeline. Universal render pipeline. Ah! This is what I was talking about. Okay. I'm not crazy. So in the universal render pipeline, there is an additional lights per object thing, maximum amount of additional lights. These lights are sorted and culled per object. And you're saying for simple lights you bake them and then the light probes will make it work on characters and objects in a less dynamic way. Oh. Then if you want dynamic, you can re-enable the dynamic lights based on distance and visibility. Ah. I see. So the interior lights, like these, that are just always there, these I would bake these? Instead of having in real time, I'd have them baked, I suppose. And then I can do that, baked. This one I can bake that one too, I suppose. Bake. 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 Those are perfect candidates for baking. Fantastic. Okay. Well, that may very well have been my issue. And then I can bring these guys back as baked lights just to give my scene a little bit more light in it. And I did all this in play mode, so I'm going to undo it the moment I click on. All right. Let's bring back the divided by twos and try that again, because I'm interested now. The only thing that gets lost is the dynamic shadows, but it's not a big deal, especially in VR where you can't see your own shadow. Yeah, good point. So these are all baked, right? And then let me actually, can I do t.light? Is that a thing? Yeah. Point light, point light, point light, point light. Everything that isn't the sun, what the heck is orange light? Oh, it's something in there. Or moon is going to be baked, I think. Directional light. I'm sorry, what? No, these are point lights. I don't know why they're called directional light. Sure, everything here is baked. So only the moon and the sun are going to be real time because they change place in the sky. Let's give it a save. And project settings, no. Universal render pipeline, perhaps? Depth, opaque. I feel like there should be a setting that will allow me to say that I want it mix of baked and real time. Filtering, render, shadows. Maybe it will be in lighting? Rendering, lighting. There's also window rendering light explorer window to edit light properties all at once. Oh, very cool. Okay. Scene. Lighting data. Let me see what you're talking about. So window rendering, light oh, I see what you're saying. Very cool. And I have 2D lights, reflection probes, light probes, static immersives. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Let's put this up here. And is there something I need to do to make it? Oh, do I have to do... Did I just click on that? I was going to ask, do I have to do generate lighting? And I clicked on it without thinking. And now it's baking. Okay. I don't suppose you happen to know if baking that... Oh no. Oh no, my music is dying. What have I done? Oh no. Is the stream still going? Oh, the music's back. Maybe. Oh no. Generate lighting is the bake, but it takes some more setup. Just cancel. Okay. Okay, I canceled. Computer, don't die, please. Don't die, please. I'm sorry, I don't know if the stream cut there. Yeah, that was... I should have realized that was going to take quite a bit of processing. It froze for a second. Can't run a bake while doing other stuff. Yeah. Okay, so you say that it takes some more setup. What kind of setup are we talking? What am I missing here? Default, medium, directional. I wanted to see more options. I didn't want to start it. Oh gosh. Alright, environment, reflection, skybox, resolution, completion. Alright, intense multiplier. All that lighting data stuff. In here you mean? The lighting data? The settings? Or are you talking about something else? Post-process. Hit the question mark button. I guess this one? To see the tech documents about lighting and baking stuff. I'm not that familiar with ERP options, and I gotta go to more work stuff. Chillout with lighting and day-night stuff. Okay. Well, thank you for dropping by, and thank you for the hot tips. I'm going to keep looking into that. For some reason, the question mark isn't doing anything, but I'll figure that out too. I'm not happy about this null reference, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Yeah, so Kyle, thanks for dropping by. It's always nice to have someone just pop in and chat with me as I'm doing stuff. Okay, let's just, you know what? Just go over here. And we're going to look up what are we looking up here? Light and baking. Unity light baking. URP. Let's look it up together. Can someone please guide me on how to... Okay. Lighting in URP. Okay, this is going to be a full-on... And it's no longer a thing. Cool. Bake light shader. Universal render pipeline. Bake lit shader. Okay. No, that's not what we want either. So I have a lot of problems with lobby. Okay. Okay. Ambient occlusion have turned off, rebaked with no change. Okay. That's not really helping. At least not. I just tried bake directional light in URP myself and seems to be working fine. Are your meshes models marked as static within the inspector? Bake lights does not consider dynamic non-static objects during baking process. There we go. There we go. That's probably what I'm missing. Okay. So house. And in house there's like house interior, teleportation, all that. The house doesn't actually move, so wait. I'm gonna do a save. I'm thinking ahead. I'm going to some lighting fixes. Give myself a save point in case I break everything. All right. Now I'm going to go static, and yes, all its children as well. And I'm kind of wishing now that I would have like put everything inside in a single thing, like all the props, and I didn't, and I'm sad now. Sure, static all the things. Can I do static on? Oh, actually, oh, fire can't be static, but this can be. Same with this one. I would like to select just the candle LOD. And I guess not the children. Not the children. Okay, you see right now there is no lighting, and that must be because I'm making it as baked. Let's just ignore the error messages and hope for the best. This will be static with all its children because there's nothing moving in there. This and this will be static. Yep. Our candle here will be static but not its children. And same with this. This and this are going to be static but not their children. This is going to be static with not its children. And this is going to be static. All of it. That's fine. And so is this. Yeah. Okay. And cool. We have directional lights. These are set to baked. And I guess we save and bake and hope for the best. Let's bring back our window for rendering lighting. And I am about to mess up this stream for like hopefully just 5 minutes. Cool. I'm sorry. All right. Let's see how long it goes before it freaks out. If it starts skipping again. Oh, I can hear the computer just really having a think there. And hopefully this all works. Just the basic baking of lights. So that's the piece of the puzzle I was missing earlier. Oh, shoot, okay. It's doing more things. I don't know. I don't know if the stream is still going. Oh, what am I doing? I was going to look for a nice image to post. Here we go. Let's copy address, put that here. Zoom in a little bit. Here we go. Just bear with the baking. The stream must be struggling like crazy. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry if the stream is like horrible quality or choppy or anything. Oh, and it looks like it hasn't gone that far into global illumination stuff. Baked light maps. You know, I may be like messing things up more than anything right now. Maybe I'll just not do this right now. Oh boy. Multiple tasks. Oh no. Okay. That's all I can handle right now. So let's not worry about baking right now. I think I'll do that at a later time. Let's just click on play and make sure I haven't completely broken everything. Maybe I'll make the house non-static for now. No, it looks fine. Okay, I thought that everything had broken, but it looks fine. Internally... Internally is fine as well. I'm a bit sad that I don't have shadows on the moon for some reason. But it's not the end of the world, you know? I'm just confused. Real-time, color, indirect multiplier, rendering, culling mask, everything, render mode, soft shadows. They're the exact same properties as the sun. Ah well. Let's not worry about that. Okay, so you know what we haven't done on stream yet today? Something that I usually do is actually get into VR and see what kind of effects all our changes have done. So let's do that. Let's go into VR and just make sure this is maximized. Yes, it is. And let's see what kind of results that our shenanigans have created. Let me just grab everything. Attempt not to disturb the cat, though I'm not sure I'll be able to. Oh no, she's good. She's good. She's interested in the cables, but no getting up just yet. There we go. Turn everything on. Get the headset on. And get the earphones on. And get my hands, VR hands ready. Okay. And now let's play and see what it looks like in VR. Okay, my hands are here. Let's just go over here. Take a look at what the house looks like in VR as the sun goes down. It's a little rough as it passes past the mountains, but oh, and we have this bug here, but we know why now, so that's not the end of the world. Okay. Just look out as the moon goes down. Now the sun should be coming up. Here we go. It's coming to midday now. Oh, the result is really nice, I have to say. The sun is coming down. It's not perfect, but it's really nice. And it's also like a bit too intense in the evening before the moonlight starts shining. And we're okay. But even when there's no moon, there should be a little bit of light just from the stars and stuff. So I think we're going a little bit too intense, but we're in the right direction. So let's take a look. Polyverse skies. Min ambient, we'll put it down to 0.1. Let's put it down to like 0.3. And let's see in VR what that gives us. Okay. I'll go stand over there so I can see all of this all at once. So as the sun is coming down, okay, that's not as bad. Let's look over here. It's coming back down. The moon is hiding and we can kind of see stuff. You know what? I like it. There may be a little bit more tweaking to do, but I think the end result is pretty good, considering how we had lost a lot of the nice kind of stylized effect during the day previously, and now I think we got it back. Maybe there should always be a little bit of light just because of the skybox. Well, I'll see another time. Okay. So, I think by and large we can consider that a success. Not perfect, but we did get a much better effect for the lighting through this. I'm going to leave these here. I'm going to get rid of all this. Anything that isn't being used here, intensity stuff, we get rid of that. Already cleaned that up a little bit. Dusk is not being used, is it? It's being updated, but this isn't being used. Right. Sun color, we're going with time of day. Daytime, rather. I guess I could keep using that. That's not the end of the world. I can just leave that in. And then we have daytime plus equals blah, 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 blah. That's fine. I think that's fine. All right. Let's see what else. What I could do for daytime, seeing as -1 is midnight and 1 is midday in dot, I could rejigger these things, but maybe not tonight, because they do work right now. So let's just leave that for now. This is overkill, but it works, so we're going to leave that for now. And I think that's going to be the theme for tonight, mostly as Ada is currently telling me that it is time for her to be fed. And it is almost 9 o'clock. So, for tonight, we're going to leave it off here. We have a much better lighting system than we did at the start. I got some pro tips from a friend of mine, and if you guys are Ada, stop standing on the keyboard. If you guys are listening to this at a later date and are seeing the chat logs, then maybe those are helpful tips for you too. But for tonight, I think I'm going to call it here. Thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye!